Do you find that you're attracting the wrong partner in your romantic relationships over and over again? Tune in today, meet Riana Milne, who explains that past childhood trauma may be at the root of what's affecting your relationships today. Thanks so much for tuning into Second Act TV. We are about to kick off our new relationship series, and I'm so happy to welcome Riana Milne back to our program. Riana, thanks for joining me again.
Thank you for having me back on. This is wonderful. I can't wait to talk to your crowd.
Well, I'm excited because you are about to launch a webinar that I wanted to make sure everybody knows about. By way of introduction, Riana is a life, relationship, and love coach. Is that right?
Yeah, dating coach. Just for example, there's a lot of women going through divorce and they have to go back out and date. And they don't feel confident about their skills. They haven't dated maybe 18, 22 years. And they want that confidence and they want the exact skills to choose someone who's emotionally healthy.
Exactly, and that's what so many, certainly of our audience goes through with the whole gray divorce, starting over after 50, and that's why I'm super excited again to talk with you and see how you can help those of us that do struggle with that, especially in light of making the same mistake over and over again. Talk to me about
Yes.
that.
Yes. And this pattern is when emotional triggers, which come from either childhood trauma, where the research is that I'm going to be sharing on Thursday, the 26th, in the webinar, and it's called Attract Emotionally Healthy Love, Go from Dating to Mating. And you will have provide the link, just for them to sign up, and it's 7:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Pacific time. And I go into the research that shows why 90% of people struggle in life and love. And it goes back to emotional childhood traumas, which a lot of people would not define as traumas when we talked the first time, Silky, if you remember. But then, the research shows these happenings like bullying. People say, well, yeah, I was bullied. That's not really trauma. But it is counted as trauma, and it comes out in unconscious sabotaging behaviors or behavioral patterns that is, really important for one to be aware of.
Yeah, exactly. And I will thank you for mentioning our previous interviews because I will link to those. There was an eye opener for a
Okay,
lot of people. We got a lot of great comments on it. And so,
great.
yes, I'll make sure we link to that as well. So, what will people be learning in this? What's the big takeaway?
Well, first of all, it's done live. So as we go along, I tell them to take notes, write down their questions, because at the end, I will do personal Q&A, answer anybody's questions. Then there's also a worksheet I give at the end called ACOA, Adult Child of an Alcoholic or Other Traumas. And again, those from the other traumas that we talked about before. So I want them to analyze if they felt that they had gone through that as a child and or if their partner had, because it's going to answer a lot of questions for them. And then I also tell them how to get emotionally healthy love. What does that look like? What are they looking for? Because unfortunately, we didn't learn this in school. And I have a triple master's in psychology, and we didn't learn that in my master's program. I only learned it when I had to, educate myself on what was it that this ex-husband of mine had. I've never seen this kind of behavioral pattern. And that's what gave me the answers and led to my research that, is part of my coaching program.
And I will, of course, link to all the information you just mentioned. And one of our mottos, of course, on Second Act is that we live what we bring you. You and I have both gone through late life divorce, found
Hmm.
love again. So we speak not from theory but from practice.
Right,
And
right.
so that's why I'm really excited to share this with our audience. If you are in that situation where you feel like you're making that same mistake over and over again, it could be because you're suffering, or dealing with child trauma that you're not even aware of.
It's all unconscious, Silky, and that's the thing that's most interesting. They're not even aware that they're doing something until we really dissect it. And then we make the unconscious conscious and start working on that step at a time. And it's so fascinating when it comes up. If you'd like, I'll give an example. In my group class, a woman says, I met the best guy. He does everything. He helps me when I'm sick. He treats, he doesn't let me pay. He's generous. He's attentive, doing all the right things. She goes, and then I want the attention of this guy who barely reaches out to her. and she's chasing the other guy. And she goes, I don't know why I do that. And I said, now, yes, you do, because you've been with me for a while. And it totally goes back to the abandonment of her father. So she was chasing as a little girl, like to have dad around. And when he was around, he wasn't very pleasant. He was verbally and physically abusive to both mom and her. So she wanted the love, but then as soon as she got it, she got afraid of it and pushed it away. So she's pushing away this emotionally healthy guy and chasing the guy that gives her no time or attention, all unconsciously aware. And now she, step by step, I teach her what to do and how to appreciate and know that she's with someone else who's emotionally healthy. So it's a reprogramming, it's a reparenting type of thing. And again, we weren't taught how to have emotionally healthy relationships. So I said, it's don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, don't feel shame, because trauma happens to us. We didn't cause it. But as adults, we can choose to love differently. And that's the big takeaway. Let's have you become aware what's going on, why, and then choose to love in a different way.
Who is your ideal candidate, if you will, for this program? If I have this behavior or these traits, I better talk to Rihanna.
Yes. Well, I do work with men, women, younger people looking to have marriage and a family, and women in our age category, and men that want a life partner for the rest of their life, and they don't want to or can't afford to choose wrong again. So I have really equal categories of 45 plus and 28 to 38. Those are my two categories, primarily women, but I also serve the LGBT community, and I also serve couples. So, I do VIP one-on-one and then group classes in the online academy where they get the education online, and then we meet as a group for 90-minute sessions. And it's fascinating because everyone learns from everyone else. So when her question came up, everyone's like, whoa, yeah, this is great. I'm so glad she's talking about this because I feel myself going into that pattern sometimes. So we talk about patterns, emotional triggers, why they happen, and how to clean them up.
Okay. Well, and if obviously this will be on YouTube and it'll live on social media for a while, as all of our videos do. If you do happen to miss the seminar, we'll have all of Riana's information so you can work with her perhaps at another time as well. But tell us once again, it is April 26th.
Yes, it's Thursday, April 26th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. And if, someone is really struggling after they see the webinar, reach out to me to apply for a free Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session. You just go to my website, rianamilne.com, and sign up there, and I'll meet with you and see how I can help you best.
Terrific. Well, Riana, we're coming to the end of our segment. Is there anything you want to leave as a final word today?
Really, education, knowledge is power. It's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve. Do not wait. This does not get better with time. It's really empowering yourself to know what's going on. So, I look forward to helping you and seeing you live on the webinar.
Terrific. Riana, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon again on another episode of Second Act TV. See you soon.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. For our previous videos with Riana, I've posted a link right next to me. And please be sure to subscribe to our channel. The button's right over here. See you next time.